I really enjoyed Pork and Burns for two reasons: Spider Pig and minimalism. This is the 11th episode of the 28th season of The Simpsons, directed by Matthew Nastuk. And Marge gets this book about minimalism and she decides everybody in the house has to get rid of everything that no longer brings them joy. I am a minimalist. I think it is a brilliant way to live life if you're that way inclined. I know some people have emotional connections to possessions, but personally, once I became a minimalist, I found it to be so freeing. So I really supported that part of the episode, and I really loved how it handled it because it didn't say get rid of everything. It didn't say don't own anything. It simply said if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. But unfortunately, Lisa kind of took it too far, as is usually the case with Lisa. But Lisa's not the one who's having the biggest problem because Homer doesn't want to get rid of Spider Pig. He didn't really even know they still had Spider Pig, but he did. And he decides that there might be a way that he can keep Spider Pig, but I won't say what his plan is. But that also made me kind of emotional, and I won't spoil the ending. But the final scenes with Homer and Spider Pig were so wonderful and so well done. And there was a moment that was really terrifying when Spider Pig was in a bit of danger. I won't say what the situation was, but there's a moment where he's in quite a bit of danger and it's unclear what's going to happen to him. And it was genuinely shocking and difficult to watch if you're an animal person. So this was a lot more emotional than I was expecting. Sometimes I was feeling, heartbroken at what might become if Homer couldn't keep Spider Pig, and terrified of what might happen if Spider Pig was in the wrong hands, but also overjoyed at this approach to minimalism because it's something that I really support and absolutely love. So I had a lot of emotions and I really enjoyed it. The minimalist in me loved the fact that they were advocating minimalism, but also saying that it's not so much an all or nothing, and that actually, if you go to the extreme that Lisa did, it might actually have the opposite effect. Because the point of minimalism is not just about not spending money on things, it's about feeling free, about not feeling like your possessions are weighing you down. It's so you can actually experience the joy of life. But sometimes we do need possessions to help us do that, such as Lisa and her saxophone. And she learns that actually you can go too far with it and it can start to have the opposite effect. And I like the fact that the episode showed that, because it can be tempting. And I'm pleased that when I first became a minimalist, it was very much a gradual process. But there was that initial temptation of just get rid of everything. Absolutely everything that I don't absolutely need. But if you are thinking of becoming a minimalist, other than learning how to say the word, the best advice that I can give, and the advice that this episode gives, is don't go from 0 to 100. Take it gradually and see how your emotions respond, because Lisa didn't do that. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. It spoke to me in many ways. I found it to be very entertaining. Spider Pig is absolutely delightful. Homer was wonderful in this. It was very emotional at times, very tense in certain occasions, and ultimately, for me, it was pretty perfect. There's nothing about this that I don't think worked. There was nothing I would change. I really loved this episode.